Okay, picking up again from where I left off last time. That was me whacking my neon. One thing you do want to make sure when you're building, is try and set up your workspace such that work best. However, just try to get it into such a way that's good for you, where you can be comfortable, have plenty of space to work with, and can get job done, basically. Drop part again, and so that you can avoid dropping. So if you drop something, it doesn't totally get lost. Alright. And I'm gonna try and do this as quick as possible and try to just speed things up a little bit, just so this doesn't get super long. As unfortunately, sanding does take up a lot of time. It ended up taking a lot more than I thought it was. Okay. Oh. And again, just you want to work down from progressively higher grids to finer grids. Fortunately, it will take up time, no matter how you look at it. And it's unfortunately one of the most time-consuming parts about the whole hobby. But at the very least, it does give you something to do. So at the very least, you don't feel like you're not totally wasting your time, and once you are done, you do get some sense of accomplishment just from the fact that you put so much effort into this endeavor. Might as well at least get something out of it. Okay. That done. So let's there. And this goes on here. Okay then, that's done. I think the chest armor is just about, should be dry by now. So, okay. Yeah. Again, this is a case where you want to try and be as careful as possible so you don't oversand any details and the like. You also want to try and make sure you have a lot of lighting when you're working on models, as it does definitely make it a lot easier, and helps with, again, when you're trying to work around details and the like. Now, let's see. Alright. Now, hopefully, the series won't, at least this section won't get super long. At the very least, if it does, then, I don't know, probably the next section, once I get all this prep work done, once I get to the actual painting part, that part will probably go a little quicker, just because I can probably do a lot of it all at once, and yeah, so at very least, once we get to that section, there'll probably be a lot more editing cuts. Instead of just one long, drawn-out thing. Which unfortunately is coming, which wasn't my intention. But just happened to turn out that way. Now, another thing you should also pay attention to is your sandpaper, as depending on the size of the project you're working on, you may need to change out and put in to use some new sandpaper, as it does wear out. Definitely not at that point yet with this, but it's just something to be aware of and keep an eye on. As trying to sand something with sandpaper that's essentially been worn down does not make for a fun time. Okay, I'm just about done with this part, so I can finally, at the very least, do some little more assembly. Now, another thing you might be wondering about is all the dust and such I'm getting up from doing this. That will be taken care of in a little bit. As one of the things you do before, and I'll reiterate again, is good idea to give your parts a bath, as that gets rid of any potential mold release, chemicals, and gets rid of dust, and just gives it a better surface which for the paint to stick up on. Alright, and thinking just about out of time, which will work out since I'm almost done with this. And yep, alright, and I think that part's now done, so come back for the next part.